So the next process on the list is acquiring your project team. Hopefully you work in an organization where there is an organizational structure in place, like a PMO, to help you with the acquisition of resources, or you have a strong project sponsor who can help you get the right people on your team so that you can do what it is that you need to do. The outputs of the acquire project team process are project staff assignments, resource calendars, and project plan updates. Your project staff assignments, that is the documentation of, okay, you defined all these roles and responsibilities. Now you need the actual names of people to fill into those roles. And so your project staff assignments are the documentation that shows that. That can be anything from a project directory, so that project team members know how to get in touch with one another, memos to your team members, going back, and this kind of feeds into the third one, your project management plan updates of, okay, you developed the HR plan, back in the last process, and there you define the roles. Now you can go back and make updates to that document, in that you can go in and fill in the blanks of, okay, now these are the actual people who are fulfilling those roles and responsibilities. The middle piece, resource calendars. When you acquire the project team, each one of those people, it's not just about saying, okay, you've got that resource, but you need the information about, well, okay, how much time do we have this resource? Do we only have them for a calendar month, or do we have them for the life of the project? But we only have them for 20% of their time out of any particular week. So what are their, not only knowing who they are, but also documenting their availability, because that has a very direct impact on your project schedule. Say, for instance, you have a particular resource, and they're assigned to a job that is estimated to take 8 hours. So technically, it could be done in one business day. Well, if they're resourced to your project for 100% of their time, then you can reasonably expect that that task is going to get done in one day. If they're resourced to your project for 25% of their time, then you can only expect that you're going to get 2 hours out of work for them, from them during the project. So what would take a resource that was dedicated to your project 100% of their time 1 day to complete, it's going to take a resource that's dedicated to your project for 25% of their time 4 days to complete. Or at least that's what you have to plan for. It may work out differently, but you have to think about those types of things. And there's a big difference between it taking 1 day for a task to get completed and 4 days before a task can be completed, because that pushes out your timeline. All of those tasks that are dependent upon that, it pushes out the date on which they can start. And so that's the type of stuff that you would document in a resource calendar. And these are things that software tools help you manage. You will certainly see how this actually works as we dig into the application assignment. And that really takes care of acquiring your project team. And so now we'll move on to the next process, which is developing your project team.